I was wrong. Last week, I made a video. I'm probably not going to put the thumbnail on screen, but it's in the description. It's probably going to be unlisted now. I made a video about Junker Queen and where she's good, what characters are good with her, how she plays, and one thing that really caused me to take it down, which was the meta, which I had a few characters up there that were pretty good. The Sig and the Zen pick were very good in S tier, but there's one character, actually a few characters, that do very, very well, and I found this out after one scrim, so I'm pretty confident in my S tier today about who's really just that strong. I'm going to be releasing this on a Tuesday, so there actually might be a patch when this does come out, so if that does actually end up happening, this was before that. This was the patch that the beta first dropped on. If there's a patch, well, that's kind of unfortunate, and we're going to have to make a video about that. But before we actually go on to what is the meta, I have been uploading a lot to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok recently, and I really need your help. I really need anyone that has a TikTok account here to go over to the TikTok. It's going to be in the description pretty high up. And follow it, because I'm going to be putting a lot of content on there. Stuff that you've already seen on YouTube Shorts so far, but I also have a lot of stuff in the works that you're not going to see on YouTube, or Instagram for that matter. It's going to be a lot more entertaining, a lot more stream stuff, and just general announcements as well, as it's a lot easier to really reach a lot of people with announcements there. So, if you have a TikTok account, go ahead and follow. If you don't, that's fine. Just, you know what? Something a little extra to follow. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about what is meta and what's not. I just want to put S tier out of the way right now. So like we said before, Sigma I think is really, really strong. I don't think he's quite of the top of S tier, but the top of S tier, hands down, is the Zenyatta, as well as, yeah, this character's not B tier. This character is quite literally the best in the game right now. She is must pick. And it's not even a stretch. No matter what elo you're in, if you are a good Sojourn, you are going to carry the game. I did just do the Community Clash Day 1 on Saturday, even in Plat, even in Diamond. This character absolutely shreds, and it's a problem. It's problematic. What can I say? So, I mean, it's mostly the fact that she can just get so much value out of her slow, so much value out of her right clicks, even if you aren't hitting headshots. She just does too much. Her fire rate's too good. I think you revert her to her original state and do a little bit of a buff there. Not as much as she's gotten. It's a little bit absurd. Let's keep moving on here. So Zarya, I don't know if Zarya's really all that great. I think she's okay on some maps, but it's like you kind of want that shield because Sojourn is so good. I'm going to say she's a niche pick. I don't think she's great. I don't think she's bad. I think she's just kind of mid. No, I think that's a pretty fair assumption here. I think that Ashe is just kind of in that area as well, because here's the thing. Why would you play literally any other hit scan when you can play Sojourn? That is my thought process here, because Sojourn is the best DPS by far. And if you don't understand, go into a scrim setting and play the meta that I'm about to teach you guys today, and you're gonna realize how oppressive it is on this patch. It's not fun for anybody, and I'm really disappointed. So like literally any other hit scan or any other DPS you could possibly play, unless they're Genji, which I'm gonna put A tier, or maybe even Tracer in A tier as well. I mean, you're not gonna have fun on those characters. You're just not. And I don't know how to explain it because it's so new. It's just that her whole kit does too much. She's so good right now. But yeah, Bastion, I think Bastion's D tier. And we're going to talk about why Junker Queen I rated a little bit higher than I thought. And the reason being why that is. A little bit later here. But again, like, Echo, I mean, I guess Echo's okay, but she's so niche. Why wouldn't you just pick any of these other DPS? I think that B tier, excuse me, is going to be very barren today. Excuse me. Hanzo, same idea. I think Hanzo does a little bit better just because he's a little bit more spammy and he can really hard poke out shields. So maybe we put him at the top of the niche tier, but still, he's pretty bad. Same thing with Junkrat. I mean, he's always been really bad. Mei, I mean, she's pretty bad right now too because of the meta at the top. Pharah, same deal. Like, she's not good because Sojourn's good. Sojourn's just going to completely decimate her. D.Va is like playable. Low-key, D.Va's playable now. And I think this is really only because of Paraíso. That first point defense is actually really good for D.Va because it requires the team to kind of go on low ground and high ground and just like pressure out different things. And I think D.Va really excels at doing that. I think she's very good on Paraíso and that first choke. Do I think Paraíso first choke is competitive? No, I don't. I think they need to open up the left side of the bridge. I don't know why they don't do that. And it's just bad map design from the start. Second point is annoying, but not as annoying. And third point is pretty decent. But I think that little bit of a tweak on the first part of the map is good. It'll fix it. I think that the first high ground is just a little bit too oppressive. Reaper, I think that hard rush is good on a few maps. It's good on a few maps to the point where I don't know if it is niche, but I think it's better than niche. I don't know if that's weird to say. I think Sombra, no, not A tier. No way. I think Sombra B tier with the Reaper is kind of okay. I think it's niche. I don't think it's anywhere even close to S or A tier. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I don't think it's anywhere even close. Symmetra literally the worst character in the game. That goes without question. It's just too much range. Symmetra needs a rework, like a hard rework, more so than she already did. She's just not good. She's just not. She functions very well in a 6v6 environment, and this is not a 6v6 environment anymore, which is really sad, because I liked Symmetra where she was before. She was niche, but she was good on the maps where she was good on. She's pretty much just going to be used for a teleporter, and that's that. Torbjorn, there's not... I don't know. I think Torbjorn's an okay niche pick. And the reason being, we'll get at the very end of the list when we talk about Wrecking Ball. Widowmaker, same thing as the rest of the DPS. I think she's a little bit better than all the other hit scans, because at least she can try to duel the Sojourn. But Sojourn still wins. It's just that corny. It really is. And I needed to make a video about this, and I hope you understand why. Ana, actually, I know we've been saying is I kind of said she was okay. She's one of those characters that I think is really, really strong. I don't think she's nearly as strong as Bab Zen, but I still think she's good. I think there's two tank comps that she can kind of run here in this meta, but the DPS stay very consistent. And we'll get to that. You know, let's actually get to that right now. I think Wrecking Ball is top of A tier. I think that Sigma is better right now because it's very mechanics based. But because of that comp being so strong, because the characters in it, Zen and Sojourn and Baptiste, which I'm also going to be putting in S tier, because those characters are very imbalanced and they're very strong, just broken, I feel like the top comp is just good because they're all just busted. I think the Wrecking Ball comp with an Ana Zen is really strong too, because it almost counters that comp by surrounding them and focusing on whittling them down before you push. So I think macro-wise, the ball comp on some maps might unironically be good. Unironically might be good. More so than any other comp with any other tanks. So I think Wrecking Ball is the runner-up. But like it's not like it's broken. I think he's in a good spot. And he just works well with the characters that are good right now. Doomfist, he's like the Symmetra. Why did we take away Slow? Was it really that strong? I mean, it was. I feel like we could have reworked it so it wasn't so oppressive. But yeah, let's keep moving on here. I think Brig is just... Literally any of these other supports, I think is just gonna be... It's gonna be really tough to warrant. Lucio, I think, is good. Niche-wise. Because you can still run, like, niche brawl comps. So, like, I'll still say that Lucio's okay. Mercy... bottom of the barrel. She's terrible. It's actually insane. Moira, I think we're gonna put top of niche tier. I don't think she's great. I don't think she's like the reason why the broad comps are being played. And I don't know if Moira's better than Bap. To be quite honest with you all, I think Bap's better, but Moira can still be played. Junker Queen is hard. And to be quite honest, I don't know if I have the definitive brawl tank. I think it might be Winston. Because if you're going to run a brawl, you're going to go all out with the brawl. And Junker Queen doesn't have a shield. And Sojourn is just so good that you need something to look at the Sojourn. So I feel like Junker Queen, low-key, might not even be niche. Like, I think she might be okay on Coliseo. But even then, I would much rather run a Sig. I would because there still are, it's just long sight lines. Where, like, I don't know if Junker Queen is even good. This might be a little bit too harsh. But I feel like Junker Queen low-key kind of sits with the ranks of Roadhog and Orisa. Like, I honestly think sometimes Roadhog might be better than Junker Queen just because I could see him being run on more maps than Junker Queen. Not that he's actually better, like, he still probably deserves his own tier. But, like, Orisa might even be better than Junker Queen on some of these maps. I don't think it's because Junker Queen is bad. I think it's just because Sojourn is too good. So, I mean, Reinhardt, same kind of deal. I think that his shield, he's going to be shield botting too much because of the meta right now, where he's never going to get the chance to swing, where Junker Queen at least gets a chance to do damage. And, I mean, Winston at least has a shield. To the point where the Dome Shield is kind of decent in those Brawl comps. So, I mean, this is much better. I think this looks so much better right now. It really sucks to be an Overwatch 2 player right now, at least competitively, because you got 8 options. And to be quite honest, Tracer kind of doesn't do anything. She's a cosmetic character, but at least she kind of harasses the backline a little bit where they have to look at her, but she's not getting that much value. Same thing with Genji. And really, if you're not playing these top 4 characters, what the hell are you doing? Like, you better have a good reason for it. You better have an auto 1 trick and a ball 1 trick and a Genji 1 trick, or a Genji should be wrong with the Sojourn, but like, this right here is the comp. Like, that's the comp. Maybe you run on a Zen instead, depends on the map, but for the most part, this is the comp. So, I hope this video cleared up a lot of things for you. Not a whole lot of you watched that original Junker Queen video, which is probably good. Probably for the best that I didn't spread misinformation. It's gonna go unlisted, so if you want to see that thumbnail still, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, it was a meme thumbnail. It'll always be there for the unlisted peeps to go look back at it, but I think the point, it already stands. Everyone understands what's going on here. Make sure you follow that TikTok. But until next time, I've got to peace out and pass out. I'll see you in the next one.